The verdict is guilty in the case of a Sandy Springs travel agency accused of defrauding faith-based groups across the country.
A federal jury in Atlanta convicted Andy Greenhill for his role in helping Mission Trip Airfare make off with at least $1 million for airline tickets that were never delivered.
Well, Fox 5 I-Team reporter Randy Travis broke this story 3 years ago and is back with the latest. Randy?
Yeah, Russ and Courtney, keep in mind many of these faith organizations trusted Andy Greenhill and his older sister Beth because the couple specialized in booking mission trips. But in 2017, those prepaid airline tickets stopped showing up, leading to both Greenhills now becoming convicted criminals. Andy Greenhill made promises authorities say he knew he could not keep. In the end, that would be his undoing.
I'm glad it's over.
It is finally over. A pair of convictions 3 years after churches across the country began complaining that lying to them isn't just breaking a commandment, it's breaking the law.
We're missionaries. You know, he understood I shared my heart for Christ and why we do what we do, and I just assumed that he would honor that.
Sarah Glenn was the first witness in the federal trial of Greenhill, a Sandy Springs businessman who worked with his sister Beth at Mission Trip Airfare. Glenn's organization, One Plus God, had paid the travel agency more than $100,000 to cover plane tickets for several upcoming mission trips. Many other religious organizations would also prepay thousands of dollars, some of them even showing up at their airport the day of the mission trip, hoping and praying the tickets were in the system. But they would head home heartbroken with no tickets, no mission, and no refund.
We believe it is definitely over $1 million and probably closer to about $1.5 million total in loss.
According to Glenn's testimony, with the departure date fast approaching and no tickets delivered, Andy Greenhill offered to meet Glenn face-to-face to reassure her. One Plus God would wind up giving Mission Trip another $15,000 for another trip. None of the tickets ever materialized.
I've been through every phase of grief through this situation, but I've been through the anger, but I'm really sad. I'm sad that, you know, he wasn't being honest with me.
Last month, Beth Greenhill pled guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud with her brother. But Andy Greenhill decided to go to trial. His defense? He got involved with Mission Trip Airfare only to help his sister prop up a failing business, not realizing the promises he was making to customers could not be honored. A jury would ultimately find him guilty on 5 counts of wire fraud and 1 count of conspiracy.
The evidence showed that even after he knew that the finances were very, very bad, he continued to go out and try to get churches to send more money and made promises to give them tickets and then made promises to give these churches refunds when he knew that they couldn't and wouldn't do it.
At the time of our original investigation, Greenhill's Facebook page showed he was living in Prague. Prosecutors say some of the stolen money was used to prop up his business there and cover his living expenses. During the trial, prosecutors revealed how Andy Greenhill would threaten to sue churches who had gone on social media to warn others to stay away from Mission Trip Airfare.
And all of that was an attempt to silence what was going on so that he and his sister could continue bringing in more money.
Both Greenhills will be sentenced in the upcoming months. Beth in May, Andy in June. Each faces prison time plus sizable restitution. Remember, we're talking about more than $1 million here.
Yeah, especially upsetting because people typically, you know, churches fundraise for these trips. They look ahead to them. People donate money thinking that this group is going to go do goodwill. I mean, what are the chances that they'll get their money back?
Well, assuming the Greenhills get prison time and restitution, their release from prison would be contingent on making restitution payments, but not all the payments. They'd just be making small payments or whatever they can afford. And I talked to one victim who says he's convinced that he'll never see, you know, all the money because it's just not there.
Yeah. Well, as you say, despicable to steal at all, but especially to steal from people on their way on a mission trip.
And then to threaten to you know, blackmail them or whatever, threaten to sue them if they complain on the internet and stop other victims from becoming victims as well.
Justice done.
Yeah.
Randy, thanks.
Okay.